Hey guys, it's Thursday. That means I'm back with another topic for the week. Thanks for joining me. And today's topic is going to be parenting tips for your money. I'm going to have some fun with that. So we'll get there in a second. But as you can see, I am not home. I've got this awesome little lake spot behind me, a great view. And the reason is because a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, let me come up here for a couple days just to get away. And my husband is awesome. He supports me in trying to carve out some white space just to do some deeper thinking, because that's kind of how I'm wired, is I get to sort things through a lot easier when I have a little bit more white space and I'm not in my own house feeling like I should be doing chores in between. That's a struggle. But before I get into the topic, I want to just share with you just some vulnerability again and honesty, because I know that you're going to be on this journey at some point if you're not already. And I want you to know that I still relate to all these same things that you're going through. So you are not alone. I am riding the struggle bus right now, and that's partly why I'm here right now, because I just needed to get away. Because our financial routines are very different now. Since me stepping away from my corporate America job, we've changed how we have to do our finances, because the rhythm of when we get paid is a little bit different now. It's different now that we're just weekly instead of having a mix of income throughout the month. So that just means we have to establish new routines for how we do things. And change is hard for me too. One of the things that you'll hear me say is I believe in the 3-month rule. So I just left my job at the end of May, so starting in June. So we're really 2 full months in, and I'm feeling it. And my advice is always just don't quit. Stick with it. And I tell you, yesterday I almost had a meltdown because I wanted to just throw in the towel and quit at it, because it's hard right now for me to think through, exercise those brain muscles that are making me think outside the box again, because I had a routine and I liked it. And now that routine is changing. So, just a little bit of honesty there. Don't quit though. I'm taking my own advice. I know I got to stick through this. I have some ideas and I'm going to implement those when I get back. But today's topic, like I said, is parenting tips for your money. And it actually does have to do a little bit with routines, because when you think about it, humans are wired to actually do better with routines. We might fight them. I am one who fights routines, because to me routine means boring. Budget means boring, but it really isn't. It's when you're setting a routine up for your money, you're just establishing patterns for what your money's supposed to do every month. So you don't have to go through the pain of responding to everything or reacting to everything that comes across your plate. You have a plan for it. So when different scenarios come up, you assess, all right, what's my plan? So just a practical way that can be applied is, if you have a routine that you pre-fund your personal spend for the month, you have a budget amount that you want to stick with. If you have a routine where you send that money to a particular checking account, that's what my husband and I do. We have a dedicated account for our personal spend, which makes it so easy, because instead of having to track it, we simply just hop into the app and see what our balance is, and we know if we have enough to spend on what comes up. And if we don't, we make decisions. We say maybe not right now, maybe next month. But that's a routine. We set up a routine for our bank account to put that money in there every month, and we set it and forget it. So we don't have to pull money, piecemeal it, and feel like we're constantly handling our finances throughout the whole month, because that's exhausting. So the reason why I'm relating this to parenting tips is, as children, if you are a parent, if you've witnessed parenting in action, you can relate to this. Children fight routines. Children are like, give me now, I want it now. The tantrum in the mall when they don't get that thing that they want, or just a tantrum at home when they get put in the crib or the baby gate. We fight boundaries, we fight routines, and sometimes your money is going to fight those routines if you don't have something set in place, and you're going to thank yourself later for it. So I think of it like, sometimes your money just needs a little cash whooping, and it needs to be told what to do, and you're in control of your money. So just like babies will throw the tantrum, but you as the mature parent, which I'm laughing because sometimes the things I do I wouldn't say are mature, but with your years of experience as an adult, when your infant or toddler throws that temper tantrum because they can't get that thing they want right now, or they can't have the ice cream and cake for dessert before they've had dinner because you know it's going to ruin their appetite, and you're making those decisions kind of for them, saying you know that their feelings are real, but you know what's best for them, and you're setting routines in place. Hey, we have a routine. We eat dinner before dessert, or now is not a time to run around like crazy because it's right before bedtime. There's a bedtime routine. Different things like that. Like, as humans, we crave routines, whether we fight them or not. But the truth be told, we function better with routines. And I'm personally even going through that right now, where I've lost some of my daily routines because everything kind of just came out from under my feet in a way, because I don't have the routine of like a specific time frame. I have the flexibility now to log in, do work according to my schedule, which is awesome. But at the same time, I do feel like I'm floating around in space in some ways without guidelines and structure. And I'm finding that I actually crave some of that structure. So think about that in so many different ways in our lives where we actually function better with some structure and predictability. And when you put that structure and predictability around your finances, you can breathe easy because you're not making impulsive decisions every single day. Like, nope. And you also have confidence that when something comes up and you can afford it in that particular part of your budget, you don't have to feel guilty. If you're at TJ Maxx or out at the store and you see that awesome pair of shoes that you've been looking for but hadn't quite found, and they're there looking you in the face, if you have the money in your budget, you can spend it without feeling like you're sabotaging another part of your financial plan, and that you're not sabotaging the goals that you're trying to reach. And you also know that you're gonna hit the end of the month the way you expect it to when you have those routines for your money. So that's my lesson for today. Make a routine for your money. Start small. Start with something that's easily implementable. For us, it started with our food money and our gas and our personal spend. And then other things we got better at over time, but send your grocery money to a specific account and work out of that. Or if you're using credit cards, you can limit yourself to specific spending on credit cards. I will say that it's harder to have the discipline when you have a credit card, because a credit card won't tell you no if you overspend like a bank account will. So I learned that from experience. I spent a little more when I was using credit cards. I'm much more disciplined when, if the cash isn't in my debit card account, my checking account, I don't spend it. So think about it. Think about one little change you can make that will help you make a routine for a piece of your paycheck, and start there. Start small, make it consistent, and then add to it when you have more mental, emotional capacity to add more. This is the long game. This is not a switch that you flip and your finances magically work themselves out. It's a process, and that's okay. Things that are worth doing take time. So that's my advice for you. That's my personal insight for you. I'm going to, hang out on the struggle bus probably for another month with our personal finances, but I'm going to check back in with you guys and tell you how it's going, so you know that I made it out on the other side of that tunnel. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you get out there and take action. You have what it takes to do this. I'll see you next time. Bye.